In the savage heart of the wilderness, silence is a deception. One moment the air is still, the next you are fighting for your life. Deep within the untamed overgrowth, where threats strike without introductions, a venomous serpent glides with supreme arrogance. This is a biological machine crafted for slaughter muscles coiled for high-velocity impacts and a chemical payload evolved to extinguish a heartbeat in mere moments. For the vast majority of creatures, crossing this reptile's path guarantees a swift end. However, the laws of the wild hold zero regard for a predator's fame. The serpent advances, belly scaling over the dirt-forked tongue flicking to taste the chemical cues of the breeze. No competitors appear. No danger looms. Just the scent of wet earth and decaying foliage. Every inch it moves is calculated, regal and assured, but its senses fail to register the threat lurking directly beneath its belly. A subterranean legion is waiting frozen in time, holding their collective breath. The ambush won't drop from the sky, it will rise from the dirt. Without warning, the soil erupts into chaos. A living tide of thousands of aggressors surges upward, blanketing the snake before it can react. They swarm over its vision, pry under its armor, and bite with mechanical ruthlessness. A single nip is an annoyance, but multiplied by the thousands, they become a force of nature. The reptile thrashes, violently whipping into knots out of sheer reflex, biting at the air repeatedly, but potent venom is useless against a horde that wages war with numbers rather than size. Calculated strikes give way to blind panic. Authority crumbles into sheer disarray. The snake makes a break for the water terror, fueling every slither, but flight only seals its fate. Every contortion invites more ants to latch on. Its strength begins to hemorrhage. Reaction times plummet. The beast that owned this territory seconds ago is burning through its reserves faster than it can replenish them. Out here, raw power is no insurance policy against death. Being massive offers no shield. Occasionally, the right to exist is claimed by the many, the patient, and the perfectly timed. This jungle is teeming with killers that have no need for fangs to finish the job. If that opening scene got your heart racing, keep your eyes on the screen. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't go anywhere, because that was just the opening act where the hunter gets a harsh lesson in being the prey. The wilderness has a long memory for frailty. The moment a killer exposes a chink in its armor, nature exploits it without a shred of pity. As the defeated serpent vanishes from the stage, a fresh narrative starts just yards away, deeper in the gloom where death doesn't run its stalks. In this domain, living another day isn't about brute force. It is about paying attention. And a single lapse in judgment is all it takes. A sleek snake winds cautiously through the thick underbrush, completely oblivious that it has trespassed into a zone controlled by unseen engineering. There is no rattle of warning, no musk of a predator, just one careless slide too far. In a heartbeat, the reptile meets resistance. Something snags its frame, gossamer thin, nearly invisible, yet tensile and tough. A silken net constricts around its scales, possessing the structural integrity to hold down beasts significantly heavier than a common fly. The harder the serpent fights, the more dire its situation becomes. Every frantic roll tightens the cables, sapping its vitality with every twitch. This isn't a brawl. It is an execution chamber. Hoisted and defenseless, the snake dangles as terror floods its neural pathways. High above statuesque until this moment, the architect of this nightmare stirs. Emerging from the obsidian shadows, elongated legs pick their way down with horrifying accuracy. The arachnid detects every tremor, every beat of a panicked heart. In the blink of an eye, it commits. Chelicerae plunge deep, pumping a cocktail designed to liquidate muscle function instantly. The reptile spasms, jaws snapping futilely at the breeze, but its own anatomy is revolting against it. A wave of paralysis sweeps over its body like a creeping twilight. Minutes tick by. The thrashing ceases. The quiet returns. The spider descends with eerie calm, swathing its catch with methodical discipline. This killer has no need for haste. Time is its greatest ally. In the savage world, the smartest hunters never chase. They simply allow the ecosystem to deliver dinner to their doorstep. Scenarios like this serve as a grim reminder that the threats you don't anticipate are the ones that end you. Calculation defeats brawn. Tactics overcome velocity, and even a venom-loaded serpent can be reduced to nothing more than a calorie source if it gets careless. If that ambush caught you off guard, keep watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and brace yourself, because the upcoming chapter unveils a predator that wages war with unadulterated fury and zero second guessing. Fury can be a tool. However, against the wrong opponent, it becomes a death sentence. In a different sector of the bush where the earth is permanently slick and darkness hugs the roots, a fresh duel is kicking off. This time there are no nets, no subtle warnings, just raw velocity colliding with velocity. A venomous snake scouts the jungle floor, hyper-aware, spring-loaded for action. It is a compact species, swift, wired by evolution to bite first and vanish. This creature has walked away from traps before. It knows the drill. What it fails to realize is that it is already being targeted from the undergrowth. Concealed beneath a layer of rot and fallen timber, a many-legged horror reads the seismic signature of every slither. It doesn't need eyes to see. It reads the terrain like Braille. The second the snake breaches the perimeter, the hunter goes all in. No pausing, no backing down, just a violent detonation of movement. The centipede catapults forward. Scores of talon-like legs grapple the snake's torso, pinning it down with nightmarish efficiency. The reptile retaliates in a split second, fangs glinting, pumping venom into its attacker. Yet the centipede refuses to let go. Instead, it loops its rubbery body, aiming for the snake's cranium and neck repeatedly. Specialized forcipules pierce the skin, injecting a potent neurotoxin straight into the muscle fibers. The scuffle turns frantic and bloody. Both killers are injecting lethal cocktails. Both are wrestling for the upper hand. But biochemistry settles the score faster than muscle. The snake's agility begins to flag first. Its tight coils go slack. The arthropod's poison races through the bloodstream with brutal efficiency, scrambling nerve transmissions and shutting down the command center. In a matter of seconds, the struggle evaporates. The forest floor falls silent. The centipede unhooks its legs triumphant and commences its meal without haste. In this arena, even the bravest warriors fall when their speed runs into something even quicker. However, the wild rarely deals in absolutes. Not every skirmish follows the same script. Occasionally, the hunted bites back with a vengeance. If this battle had you on the edge of your seat, don't go anywhere. Tap like, subscribe, and stick around, because the next segment showcases that one-in-a-million moment where the serpent flips the script and reminds us why it is a legend. Not every meal goes down without a fight. Survival in the bush often hinges on milliseconds, and every so often the snake reclaims that stolen time. The dirt stage is set for a turnaround that few are lucky enough to observe. A centipede navigates the low scrub with caution, its segmented body flowing like liquid armor over the terrain. It is a seasoned killer. Lethal confidence trails behind it. Close by, a venomous snake lies half-buried statue, still biding its time. No noise, no twitches, just patience honed into a weapon. The centipede moves in, sensing a chance to feed. It launches the first assault. Grappling hooks snag on scales, toxic limbs seeking a stranglehold. But the reptile's response is instantaneous. Its head whips around with supersonic velocity, fangs burying themselves deep into soft tissue. Not just once, twice, again. Every bite is delivered with surgical accuracy. The centipede squeezes, pumping its own venom, but the chemical equation favors the reptile this time. Snake venom overwhelms the insect system faster than it can compensate. Jerky movements set in. The nervous system crashes. Legs that once pinned victims now refuse to take orders. Both adversaries remain knotted together in a grim tableau. Seconds drag on. Then minutes. Gradually, the centipede's fight drains away. Its body goes rigid, then completely limp. The snake uncoils and withdraws, battered but breathing. Winning here isn't about roaring. It's about surviving the silence. This scarce result serves as a lesson: being the top dog is never a guarantee. Even the most proficient butchers can be bested, and even a losing hand can turn into a win if your instincts and timing are flawless. If that sudden twist caught you off guard, keep your eyes glued to the screen. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hang tight, because the final act unveils the ultimate ambush where patience, accuracy, and savagery crash into each other. The final takeaway from the wild is never a soft one. Staying alive isn't the birthright of the strongest, the swiftest, or even the scariest. It is the prize of the one who commits the fewest errors. As the woods settle into a tense peace, one last drama plays out, silent, exacting, and merciless. This time, the threat doesn't charge. It lingers. Static, unseen. A juvenile, venomous snake slides through the undergrowth muscles, taut with paranoia. It scans every tremor. It weighs every smell. This creature has been schooled to fear claws, teeth, and sudden dashes. But directly overhead, fused to the branches and foliage, something with infinite patience is observing. Dead still, camouflaged to perfection, the snake glides underneath, oblivious that its fate has already been sealed. The attack happens in the blink of an eye. spiked forearms snap down with the speed of a bear trap, clamping onto the snake's skull and neck before it can even coil. There is no opportunity to bite, no room